Since COVID, a lot has changed. The world isn't the same as it used to be, but not exactly in a good way. Everything became gray, colorless, and somewhere along the way we did too. If you're honest with yourself, you probably feel it. That spark? It's dimmed. Every new year rolls around, and we say the same thing. Next year will be my year, for real this time. Except it wasn't. Not in 2023, not in 2024, and it won't be in 2025 either, unless you force it to be. So spare me a bit of your time, and I'll show you how to lock in for 2025. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and join the Entangled family. This isn't just another video, it's a wake-up call. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not here to motivate you. Motivation is a sugar rush, and I'm not selling candy. I'm here to give you the tools, the perspective, and the kick in the teeth you need to make 2025 your actual year. Like, for real. Now, I'm not going to be too hard on you. I know you've been trying, or at least you think you have. Maybe you started a bulking plan but quit after 2 weeks because life got busy. Or you set goals, but they were vague enough to be ignored. I want to be better. Better at what? Breathing? You've been doing that since birth. Here's the truth. Trying isn't enough. If you're half-assing it, you're not failing because life is unfair. Even though, yeah, it is. You're failing because you're waiting for life to miraculously align itself around your vibes. But it won't. You're the one who's got to align yourself with your goals. And to do that, you'll need to start where it matters most, your time. You're probably used to saying, I don't have time. That's funny because you had time to scroll TikTok for 3 hours yesterday. You had time to rewatch the same show for the 4th time because it's absolute cinema. You had time to stare at the ceiling thinking about how you have no time. Did you see it? You have time. You're just bad at using it. Let's do the math. You have 24 hours in a day. Let's say you sleep for 8 hours if you're lucky. Work or go to college for up to 8, and spend 2 hours eating and existing. That leaves 6 hours. Now ask yourself, what am I doing with them? If you can't answer that without stuttering, you've found your problem. Here's the good news. We live in an era where you can learn literally anything for free, or close to it. Feel like starting a business? There are tutorials, templates, and even AI tools that'll practically walk you through the process. Want to get fit or shredded? There are apps, YouTube channels, and communities that will keep you accountable. Learning a new skill? Platforms like Coursera, Skillshare, or even TikTok, if you're following the right creators, have you covered. So why are you using your phone to scroll aimlessly instead of using it to level up? Or clicking that subscribe button below this video? Technology isn't the enemy here. You are. Your phone is a tool, but if you treat it like a toy, it'll treat you like a joke. But even then, tools are just tools. They're still pretty useless without a plan. Which brings us to my next point, systems. Saying, I want to save money is cute, but what's your plan? Are you tracking expenses, automating savings, or are you just hoping your bank account will surprise you like a physics exam on Monday? The same goes for fitness, learning, relationships, everything. Goals are basically useless without systems. Systems are what make you show up on the days you don't feel like it. They're the boring routines that actually get results. They're the meal preps, the study schedules, the workout plans. They're what separate the people who achieve from the people who talk about achieving. And while we're at it, let's quickly address the ugly grind and why you should embrace it. Most of what will make you successful is not exciting, it's boring, it's repetitive. It's waking up at 5:30 a.m. to work out when you'd rather sleep. It's saying no to plans so you can study. It's putting in effort when no one's clapping for you. Let's be real. The grind isn't glamorous. It's not the highlight reel you see on social media. It's not the before and after photos or the overnight success stories. It's the in-between. It's the days when you feel like giving up. It's the moments when no one notices your progress, not even you. But here's the thing. The grind isn't supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel necessary. It's supposed to feel like a choice to prioritize your future over your present comfort. And the sooner you stop expecting every step to be fun, the sooner you'll start seeing results. Think about it. When you go to the gym, you don't enjoy every rep. When you're studying, you don't love every chapter. When you're building a business, you don't celebrate every email, but you do it anyway. Why? Because you know the payoff is worth it. Because you know that every small, boring, repetitive action is a brick in the foundation of your future. So if you're waiting for the grind to feel exciting, stop. It won't, and that's okay. The grind isn't about enjoyment, it's about endurance. It's about showing up day after day, even when it sucks. Even when no one's watching, even when you'd rather be doing literally anything else. Of course, the grind doesn't have to be the good old-fashioned way. Times have changed. You don't have to suffer in silence or figure everything out on your own. We're living in the most resource-rich era of all time. The tools, the knowledge, and the opportunities are literally at your fingertips. Want to make more money? Money-making opportunities are everywhere. From freelancing and e-commerce to investing and content creation, the options are endless. You don't need a fancy degree or a trust fund. All you need is a laptop, an internet connection, and the willingness to learn. Want to learn a new skill? Whether it's coding, public speaking, singing, dancing, drawing, editing, animating, writing, or even talking to girls or guys, free tutorials exist. Platforms like YouTube, Coursera, Skillshare, and even TikTok are overflowing with knowledge. You can learn anything, literally anything, if you're willing to put in the time. Want to get better at anything? Google it. Even if the information isn't always accurate, you'll still learn something. The point is, there's no excuse for being ignorant or stagnant. The resources are there, the opportunities are there. The only question is, are you willing to take advantage of them? But here's the catch. Tools are just tools. They're useless without action. You can have the best fitness app, the most detailed business plan, and the most inspiring success content, but none of it matters if you're not putting in the work. Do you see it now? You're not struggling because there's a lack of opportunities. You're struggling because you're not grabbing them. And no, scrolling through success content isn't the same as actually taking action. You might be watching this video and listening to my advice, but are you actually putting in the work? Stop being a boring, passive consumer of inspiration and start being an active participant in your own life. The grind isn't about watching, it's about doing. It's about taking the first step, even when you don't feel ready, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's ugly. Here's the hard truth. Most people avoid the grind because they're waiting for the perfect moment. They're waiting for motivation to strike. They're waiting for life to magically align itself around their dreams. But here's the thing. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Motivation is fleeting. And life doesn't care about your dreams. If you want to succeed, you have to stop waiting and start doing. You have to shift your mindset from passive to active. Instead of saying, I'll start tomorrow, say, I'll start right now. Instead of saying, I don't have time, say, I'll make time. Instead of saying, I'm not ready, say, I'll figure it out as I go. The grind isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about taking small, consistent steps toward your goals, even when they're messy, even when they're hard, even when they're ugly. So ask yourself, what's one thing you can do today to move closer to your goals? What's one small, boring, repetitive action you can take right now? Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier. Maybe it's spending an hour learning a new skill. Maybe it's saying no to distractions and focusing on what really matters. Whatever it is, do it. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because the grind isn't just about achieving your goals, it's about becoming the kind of person who can achieve them. It's about building discipline, resilience, and grit. It's about proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. And remember, you're not alone. The Entangled community is here to support you every step of the way. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's grind together. Because 2025 isn't just a year, it's a destination. And the journey starts now. That being said, there's still one problem. People avoid taking real action because of this one particular idea: balance. You've been sold this idea that you can balance everything perfectly. Work, life, growth, rest. Actually, it's not that easy. And it's kind of overrated too. If you want something badly enough, you have to let other things slide, collapse, descend, plummet. That doesn't mean burning out, but it does mean prioritizing like your life depends on it. Because it kind of does. You're not going to achieve your goals by squeezing them into the cracks of your schedule. They need to be front and center, not an afterthought. To do that, you need to answer one big question. Am I really trying? It's easy to say you're trying, but are you really? Or are you just dabbling? There's a difference between effort and consistent effort. One gets you short-term results, if that, and the other transforms your life. Be honest with yourself. If you're not where you want to be, is it because the world is against you, or is it because you are not fully in? That mentality, am I the lamest because I'm me, or am I me because I'm the lamest, is holding you back. You can't half commit and then expect full results. I'm not saying this is someone perfect, because I'm not. But I can confidently say I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. And a big part of that is because I stopped waiting for life to hand me success and started forcing it. Anyways, my point is, if I could do that, what's the reason you can't? I mean, I'm pretty sure you and I are not so different. Look, this is just a wake-up call, a reminder. I'm not going to end this by saying something cheesy like, "You've got this." You might not have this. That's up to you. But what I can say is that if you decide to lock in, like really lock in, 2025 can be the year you stop saying next year will be my year for real and start saying this year is mine. The world isn't going to fix itself for you. It's gray and colorless, and that sucks. But you're smart, you're strong, you're adaptable, and most of all, you're a cutie pie. You can fix yourself, and maybe that'll bring a little color back into everything else too. So, are you in? Or are we having the same conversation next year? You tell me. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the Entangled family. This is just the beginning. Let's lock in 2025. Together.